tonight. I'm Yihong Liao, the landscape design technician from Parks and Rec with the city. This is our second open house for the Riverside playground replacement project. Now I'm going to share my screen with you to show you our presentation boards. Erica, are we good with the screen?
It is looking very good, Yihong. Yeah, you're all set.
Great. So at the first open house, we have presented what we know about the playground. Here, just a reminder of everyone, the location of the park. It's on 5th Avenue and Sharp Street, located in Brow of the Hill neighborhood in New West. Grimston Park and the Lord Twismere Elementary School are close by, about 10-minute walking distance. We're in phase 2, the concept design phase now. Today, we will share what we have heard from the first round of engagement and present 2 design options for public input. The result of this stage of engagement will lead to the development of a preferred design concept, which will be phase 3. We are aiming to present the final concept to Council for approval in April. Once it's approved, we'll move the project to implementation phase. We anticipate the project to complete in the summer. And the capital budget for this project is $250,000. Next one. This is a summary board of what we have heard. We have presented to FIP Facility Infrastructure Public Realm Advisory Committee and Task Force. The event attended by public is the open house on December 16th, 2020. And we also have an online survey open to public for 3 weeks. We also had several conversations with adjacent daycare operator to understand their needs and experience of the park. Just to give an overview, we have summarized the comments into 3 categories. The first one we have heard loudly from the public is to improve public access. More specifically, is to create an access path in from Sharp Street to the playground area. Here I have included an area photo for your information. This is a Sharp Street leading to 5th Avenue. And the playground is outlined by the red dash line here. And the second one is to consider residents arriving from uphill and downhill. Currently, there is no sidewalk on Sharp Street, so consider a new sidewalk and accessible parking near the park. The second main takeaway is to create accessible and a collaborative play space. More specifically, is to consider universal accessible play equipment and surfacing. Seem the playground to create a unique experience and contribute to placemaking within the park, and provide play equipment for different age groups, as well as the different levels of skills and abilities. The last takeaway is to consider other amenities. So we have heard people suggest that consider covered space and a picnic table. Also improve wayfinding, as the location is not well known by public. People also share with us that they enjoy the existing trees and the open space. They let us know the benches around the play zones are well used. Those are very important information, and it gives us an understanding what the user group would like to see in the park. We have identified 2 highest priorities for this phase of replacement. The first one is to replace the play tower that has been already moved with a new structure. The second highest priority is to replace the existing timber retaining walls for all those play zones. Due to its age of conditions, the retaining walls have already reached the end of its life. We have to replace them for safety concerns. So after that, we'll look at improving playground accessibility and other amenities. For items we are not able to address at this phase, we will document them for future development when fundings are available. So the next one, based on the 3 key topics, I will walk you through our design responses. Just a review with everyone here, the existing conditions of the site. Currently, we don't have any access paths to the play zone. This is a diagram showing the existing conditions. And as you can tell from the photo A, B, and C, the existing timber retaining walls are barriers to the play zones. Noticing that the playground is on the slope side, we have identified a few locations that here using the red line to indicate that the elevation change is greater than 2 feet. So how we improve park access? We have looked at the existing conditions of the site. This purple lines with the arrows indicate a new path connection between Sharp Street to all the play zones. With the existing curb cut on Sharp Street and the clearance of mature trees, we'll add a new pathway to the play zones. The second one is to create accessible play space. Here, we are considering using rubberized surface to connect the play zones. So the photo D is a simple solution to represent how we can use the rubber to provide an accessible route to the playground. Here in the diagram, we're using the purple patches to represent the rubber surface to connect the play zones. And also those rubber surface can become play elements within the park to add definitely more play value to the playground. To create a collaborative play space, we will select play equipment suitable for all ages in the central zone. And in this 2 zones, we will retain the 2 swing sets for now. The next one, we're looking at to consider amenities. So in this diagram, we're showing a new picnic table near the big kids swing set zone. And then we also will add some entry signage and boulders on Sharp Street to create a sense of an arrival. We are also considering add a few trees along Sharp Street. So those are the design responses showing how we address the comments we have received from the first round of the public engagement. So next one, I would like to introduce our design concept. The first one is called Sea Star. So it's inspired by the starfish of the Pacific Northwest. The central piece is the sea star shaped rubberized surface. Here is this. The 5 arms of the sea star will provide accessible connections between the raised play zones. The image on the right will show you what it could look like with those organic dynamic shape. In the central play zone, the proposed play equipment will focus on a range of ages and abilities with two separate play features. One will serve the toddlers, and the other one will serve the school-aged children. We have did our calculation and research that the space will be able to fit two pieces of equipment, two smaller one. Yeah, so in this concept, we will also proposing a new pathway, create like a connection from Sharp Street to each play zone. This is the proposed pathway. At the entry, signage and some entry features will be added to improve wayfinding. And a new picnic table will be added near the bigger kid swing set. Both swing sets will be retained. The edges of the play zones will be replaced with new retaining walls. Part of the edges will be replaced by the rubberized surface, as we're showing in the diagram. Here, I'm going to share with you the rendering we have prepared just to help to understand this concept. So the existing surfacing will still be engineering wood fiber safety surfacing. The big, yeah, as you can see that the big kid swing set play zone originally were separated from the central play zone. Now we're using rubber to gap this elevation change. So the rubber surfacing from the upper portion of the hill will extend it to the lower portion, and it will also have some rubber surfacing at the lower part of the timber retaining wall area to provide some interesting play edges for the kids. Here we're showing some examples of the play structures. So the first one is served for 2 to 5 years group. The second one is an example showing the 5 to 12 years group. These are not exactly the play equipment we will specify at this point. These are just some examples that we want to share with you how big they are, and yeah, how those play equipment can fit within the space and our budget. The next one is the second concept, blue surf. So inspired by the waves of the working Fraser River, the main feature of this design concept is the central piece is like a sloped blue rubberized surface. It's compared to the first one, this one is like more dramatic. It has also provided connections between the raised play zones. The three pieces of the rubber, yeah, will mimic the motion of the waves. Just also become the play features within the playground. So rather than two separate features as shown in the C star option, this option we will provide a central piece, which is a river-themed play equipment. We'll focus on providing one-piece equipment that serve for all ages and abilities to create this collaborative play and imaginative play. So together, the rubberized waves and the boat-themed play feature will contribute to make a new identity for the park. Here we're showing some inspiration image and what the rubber surface could look like in other parks. We have used the rubber in many of our playgrounds across the city, and we did have some success with this versatile materials. So the next one, again, we're showing some concept rendering image of this option. As you can see that this rubber surfacing is providing interesting interface between the two play zones based on the slope of the site. We will have a like a play surface for kids, and also provide an accessible connections between the play zones. Pending available budget, we'll look at the materials of the play structure itself. Once we have a clear understanding about our direction, we will look at what type of play structure we can fit within our budget, whether it's made from wood or metal, or maybe we can look at a half ship idea. So that's the second concept. And before we are moving to the Q&A session, I just want to talk about our next steps. So for the next 3 weeks, we will be seeking feedback on the design options presented tonight. After that, we'll work to develop a preferred design concept. We're aiming to present the final concept design to council for approval in April, and anticipate the construction to complete in the summer. So please go to our Be Heard New West page for this project. The survey will be available from tomorrow morning, and the deadline is March 24th. Please let us know what you think, and that's it. Thank you.